Hello. You know, I shouldn't have probably started right after I, like, shoved a giant piece of coconut in my mouth. But hello. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, or morning, or night, or afternoon, or gloam, or... We were gonna come up with a name for a new term for specific times of day. We don't think we actually came up with a term though. Stinky butt boy is definitely not a new term for a time of day.
No, but he's got his stinky butt in my face.
That's true. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Deadly, GG on first. Bear, hello, welcome on in. We doing well because I ain't. Oh no, Bear, I'm sorry you're not doing well. I hope that it's something that will pass without too much time. Mermaid, welcome on in. Oh, did Dino? You know what? It's because of the yeah, it is. That's very funny. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice until you said that. I'm eating like my very last piece of this giant of my coconut. I'm so sad, but it's so good. He being real sus. B, hello, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well today. First of all, if anybody is not an artsy stream, people should be an artsy stream too. But also, Artsy, I don't remember you saying anything to respond to. Artsy is claiming that I didn't acknowledge that I could hear them, which I guess is... Oh my goodness, great. Alright. Where the heck did I leave... what? Hold on. This might be it. My streaming music is all in one giant playlist that I just, like, have on shuffle. had to go find the beginning of the playlist so I could... Or I had to go find the section of the playlist that has my Noita OST. Alright, there we go. How come Artsy is not audible? Because we're not in a call together, V. You see, if Artsy is streaming at the same time as me, then we just kind of talk to each other. Because we both listen to each other's streams. But neither of us actually gets into a voice chat. This is not the... Oh my god, you know what? The title of the stream probably is Grinch. Hold on. I didn't say that... This was the Grinch. I said we Grinched our last Grinch.
Who says Legend of Zelda?
It says Grinch and MSPaint. What is it? It says Grinch, Zelda, like all of the games that I listened. What? Oh my goodness. Take an antibiotic, was told not to have it with dairy or calcium. Okay, so I
You're like, I
Okay.
already see where this is going.
I don't see where this is going, although I'm just, okay. The problem with brain is that people say a thing and I'm like, oh, I bet it's this medication. But also I've learned forever ago that people don't like it when you just guess the medications they're on. That's apparently frowned upon, but it makes my brain happy.
And it freaks people out when you say stuff like the gabapentin, and then they go, wait, did I tell you that?
But, anyway, so I try not to do that. It's okay to guess the medications that pets are on because the pets can't, be upset about it. Oh, anyway, still not to have it with dairy or calcium, as the antibiotic will bind to it, not be absorbed. Should you take my antibiotic with my calcium supplements? Yeah. The pets will not be upset, Artsy, if I guess what medications they are on. But, yeah, I mean, Deadly, realistically, if it's only once, it's probably not gonna matter. Like, realistically, as long as it's not, the whole time you're on it. But yeah, just, you're supposed to space, it's like, what is it, 2 hours? It's like 2 hours before. There's a specific, like, rules to it, but also, you can just space them by 4 hours in either direction, and then you can't mess up. What kind of meds is the Grinch on? I don't think the Grinch is on meds.
Is he on some heart medication?
Might need to be after suddenly having your heart grow drastically large. There's no way that's good for you. Yeah, like, I think if any organ of yours honestly just drastically increases in size, you probably need to be under medical examination,
Yeah,
and
it triples in size.
yeah, and they will probably, like your blood pressure is probably skyrocketing if your heart just suddenly, like, gets really big. Like, goodness gracious, can't even imagine. You just hand out the wrong pills, so you know. You just hand out the wrong pills so you know what meds they are on now? No, there's no wrong pills being given out. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. I wanted to hit side-by-side mode. Zig's on gabapentin for specialty vet appointments. Has been in car rides. Yeah. The vets. Yeah. We have gabapentin for both the cats for various things. For Zag, until we figured out that we could kind of get his nails trimmed using a churu,
It had to be.
we had to give him gabapentin a couple of hours before we would go to do his nails, because like no matter how much we've like tried to get him okay with having his nails trimmed, he does not like it. And if you do anything to try and stop him from running away, he will go all out and try and like rip your skin to shreds. Like,
not
so,
in an aggressive way, but
in a I'm going to get out of this situation way. Like, oh, if I have to slice your hand off to leave, I will.
If I
like
claw out over your shoulder, I'm gonna.
Like, I am. But luckily, at least now we know that we can get away with a churu. We have to buy more churu. I need to get more, because we apparently I thought we had more, but we gotta get more, and then we can put churu ritual redeems back, and we can
have the churu treats.
Yeah, but the churu treats do not work really for the nail trimming. Alright, let's see. I think the easiest way to get some percentage is just gonna be to get this bottom part real quick. Oh my god, I've been sent all of my tools. That's pretty good. That's pretty big.
All the lines.
Having the rectangle tool. Honestly, I think that if I had been given the rectangle tool early on, we could have like gotten a lot of points really quickly, because like the way the gradient was done means that the rectangle tool just
Yeah,
really
I did the line.
effective.
I used the line tool to make all of those lines.
Yeah.
It was like that just works.
It just works.
It just works.
Don't mind being open about medical stuff, like the allergy patch I have to keep on for 48 hours. This will be fun. Yeah, I'm open about medical stuff for the most part, but I mean, I think in part to me, so like having very noticeable medical conditions, like outwardly noticeable medical conditions, like is probably a factor. And then like spending a lot of your childhood in medical settings where like I don't know, basically the idea of not being open about medical stuff is actually kind of like confusing to my brain. Like because it's kind of conditioned into me to be like open about medical stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh. Good luck, Rando. Thank you, Bear. I do hope that you get some good rest and hopefully you're feeling better tomorrow. You can color sample the target image. When you get the select box tool, can you copy paste the entire thing? Okay, so the color sample does work on the other side, yes. However, the selection tool does not. The selection tool is only your own thing. I think it's actually like an outlier. The fact that the color picker works on the other canvas, that's like an outlier. Normally you can't affect the other canvas. But I think that's done specifically to make it like a very powerful tool. Because otherwise it wouldn't really be meaningful all that much. Oh my gosh, I've sent out so many good things already. Hold up. We sent out a cape to Vivi of the Past, a meteor staff, a sleeping lion, a bottle with bugs, Skulltula token, swamp Skulltula token. Yeah, I don't believe the... Okay, I'm actually being honest. I haven't messed with the copy... Because the marquee tools, I know they move stuff around, but I don't know if they paste it all. Here, we can test. If I copy this... Yeah, I don't appear to have... I don't appear to have the ability to paste anything. Oh, you don't have to apologize. I like looking for silly things to exploit. That being said, like paint Archie is absolutely a thing that it's like if you do want to exploit things in it, you can simply just make your target image like a blank white canvas. And then you'll always have exact perfect percent, like, based on however much canvas size you've been sent. Like, it absolutely is a thing where you fine-tune your own difficulty, because, like,
Based on what you want to do.
you can make your difficulty nothing. Like, you can just make it absolutely nothing. Artsy's calling me annoying, which kind of rude, but, you know, I get it. True. Let's see. So did anyone do anything interesting today? I had a fascinating day. I posted on Discord. But the area that basically, like, a large chunk of the town that I work in lost power today, which I never did see if they figured out why, but so, like, my pharmacy just didn't have electricity for like 3 hours. That was cool. We can't really do a whole lot without electricity, turns out. I would think our power outages are not related to San Francisco power outages, but I don't know. I don't actually know. Like, every time I checked, they said they were still investigating the source of the power outage, but they predicted it was going to be 5 hours of being out. I thought I set my goal to 80%, but it must be 85% because it doesn't say that I gold. We had a big rainstorm that knocked out the internet for a bit. Yeah, there's been a lot of kind of stormy weather here. Like, it's been kind of wild. I can't remember if I posted pictures of it on Discord, but there was like a large tree in my apartment complex that got blown, that like got splintered, like it got pushed down at the halfway point, like it kind of pendulumed. Oh my gosh, Artsy went up the room backwards. GG Artsy. Artsy has been practicing doing rooms backwards to get ready for when Room Rando comes out. I did post it. Okay. keep meaning to take a picture of like the update, but I keep forgetting when I would drive by it when there's light out. But they've like cleared out the area where the tree fell, and so now you can just see like the kind of splintered base of the tree, but like all the tree itself is gone, and a lot of nearby trees are kind of gone because they got severely damaged. Something cool. After 3 days, I finally have my voice somewhat back and speak normally in a whisper and speak in one-syllable blocks using real voice. Well, that's good. Yeah, losing your voice is very frustrating.
You have done
It's-
that a couple of times.
It's been a while since I like lost my voice, but yeah, no, not a good time. I'm glad you have your voice back. Oh. Is that not the right spot? Zion Beavers a couple days ago when I dropped that random lore drop. I don't remember a random lore drop. It's possible that I was and I've forgotten because I do forget a lot of things. Like, especially because a lot of times I stream after work and then I'm very sleepy and like I feel like I retain 20% of what happens. Like the rest, the other 80%, I completely forget about. But it's also possible I wasn't there. I don't have a memory of this. I think I can never be medically trans no matter what. Filters. I'm not familiar with that. Oh! I've never heard it called that. I've only heard it called XXY. But also, one of our close friends is also that. Yep. I say is also that, meaning like Hal also has that, but I was still thinking about it in the first term. Don't mind me. But yeah, a friend of mine that I like have known since elementary school found out well, at this point it's been a while, like what, maybe 10 years ago, that they had that. From what I understand, it's not all that, like, Like, it's not a particularly rare condition. It's just the vast majority of people that have it don't know, because like it's very easy to just never have it like diagnosed. I mean, you basically have to have like genetic testing done. So I want to paint, but I'm bad at yeah, you basically what Torny said. I mean, you don't have to be good at drawing to do paint rando Spore. Like what I'm doing right now. Like, so paint rando, you have, and they basically help you identify like literal custom, like I guess it's color. The two different modes basically are like, one of them is like 0 to so this one is showing whether or not you are like your percentage of closeness from 0 to 100%. If it's 100% the same, it would be like a white. If it's 0% the same, then it's like black. So like, yeah, we can see where this text is supposed to be. You know, we're missing all the black, so 0, well, mostly 0. And then this mode shows you which color it's difference mode, so you're seeing like kind of what color you're missing. Like if you were to add the color, if you were to mix the color that you're seeing in with what you see, you would get the correct one. But between those two things and side-by-side mode, which is what I'm in, which is like keeping these directly linked together, you definitely are not actually trying to like literally draw. Like, there are people that are skilled that do draw it without using these. I'm not one of those people. I pretty much exist entirely in these comparison modes, and then I just like right now what I'm doing is like making these lines match identically in the, because I have horizontal lines in this image that I could match up. And then like the once you get like the eyedropper tool really good. The nice thing is you could draw the Grinch. Yeah, you can pick whatever you want. So when you start, you can open up. Here, I'll show you, because a lot of people don't know you could do this, and so a lot of people's first one, they don't open one. You oh, they renamed it. That's nice. This used to just say open. It didn't used to say open goal image. It used to just say the word open, and that confused people all the time, so they never ever used it. But yeah, it doesn't start scoring you until you've actually like laid down your first like lines. So just do like start and then open goal image, and then you start working on it. And then when you go to the website that you use for it, it generates a random seed for your like URL, and that seed is tied to like your image on your local computer, like your local system. So you just like bookmark the URL that you were given, and then you just keep using that one, and that's how you like resume your image. And then when you go to start a new one, you just start like you reopen the URL instead of going to the same one. It's very good. I enjoy it quite a bit. Honestly, Paint Archie has been one of the things that it's been very chill. A lot of times I'll do like my other games early in the day, and then in the evening I'll switch to this and I'll do this for a while until like I'm kind of ready to go to bed. I've done like five of these now, I think. Yeah, I think you should. If there's an opportunity to, I think you should. You should find an image. The canvas will always be 800 by 600. So you'll want to like keep that in mind, just in terms of like if you pick an image that's in different dimensions, it'll be like stretched to fit those dimensions. I added a new YAML option. Remove Grinch Copter from the item pool entirely. You know that's probably for the best. So, I assume that the YAML option affects the two. Aren't there like 2 or more GIFs that like require it normally? Like I still haven't found all the GIFs in literally any levels. But I seem to remember reading you mentioning either in my chat or on the Discord that there are some GIFs that just literally require it. So I assume that oh, okay. So if you have that, all GIF locations will just be turned off. Okay. Gosh, I'm torn. Part of me would want to play with that, and the other part of me kind of wants to play with just vanilla Grinch Copter, so that see, I want the in my head what I'm thinking like the blueprints for the Grinch Copter are still random, like they're like the random things that get sent. But once you get the message that you found all Grinch Copter blueprints, that it could then like still give you the Grinch Copter. The downside to that, I guess, is that technically you could still get that really early. Then I was thinking that you would always get it late in that case, but maybe not. I think I just happened to be sent the levels so that the Grinch Copter was really late. That's planned. That's what Progressive Gadgets is for. Ooh, Progressive Gadgets sounds good. Hello! Zray. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Zrayos. I'm gonna guess that your name is pronounced Zrayo. Zrayos? Anyway, feel free to correct me. But hello, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Zarios! I could see Zarios. Zarios makes sense.
Zreos, I would bet.
Oh yeah, no, it can't be Zarios because the R, it's XR. Okay, I'm like, I don't know. Spore, I read your version and I was like, okay, well that just makes sense.
X-ray.
X-beam in English, Aegis. I guess.
Oh,
X-ray
beam. It's X-ray X-beam in English.
Oh.
So in English, it would be X-beam.
I see. So it's probably like X-ray. So the name is probably like X-rayos or X-ray. But hello. Yeah, I hope you're doing well today. We do like these cat babies.
They're good.
Look at this. Look at that boy. Could you imagine being that comfortable at all ever in your whole life? I don't know if I can. I don't think. Maybe a very much younger version of me was once that comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
there was a point in my life where I used to fall asleep like in like, you know those lazy boy chairs, like the big like the big thick. Yeah, I used to just fall asleep like sitting in those sideways, and it'd be very comfortable. Like, Hi, what's up? What's up? Etty! Welcome on in, Etty and Raiders. That means I need to go close a thing. Hold up. Okay, we've closed the Etty tab. But hello! Welcome on in, Ettymanim, and Raiders. I hope you're all doing well. Ettymonum. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice!
Eddie, next time you need an alt account, can you please make an account under Ettymonum? Because I think Ettymonum would be very good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, for those that were not watching, Etty was doing some UFO 50. I was not watching. I normally do watch an Etty stream. However, I don't want spoilers for UFO 50.
And it's puzzle games, so...
I don't think it's puzzle games. So UFO 50 is 50 different games.
I'm thinking of something else that was like a bunch of puzzle games.
UFO... Oh, are you... You might be thinking of like 50 different... Or 20 different puzzle... The one game that I'm excited to play at some point that came out.
Yeah, like that. So, yeah.
But,
yeah, a bunch of like little games of different genres and stuff. Yeah.
I heard... I hope that UFO 50 was going well. Yeah, eventually I plan on playing UFO 50. I don't know when. I was listening to you play it, like, while I was driving home from work today, and with zero context of what was actually going on, it sounded like the most unhinged game ever. Just... like, I don't know, it was like sorting people or something. It was very silly to listen to without any context of what was going on. Writing from other language, Spanish, English, not the best. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no worries, X-Ray. Yeah. But yeah, Etty, if you were ending because you gotta do stuff, don't feel any obligation to stick around. But to anyone that is coming in that does want to stick around, I'm just very slowly working on some paint.
All my homies hate normative language. Interesting phrase, Vinny.
Yeah. I get my tooth extracted because, you know, I also get my teeth extracted just because. You ever just wake up one day and you're like, I got too many teeth? So you extract them. Did that just the other day, yeah. Alright, have a good food. Artsy's cackling. That was... Wait a second. You were just cackling. Hold on. You can't... Oh god, hold on. And now I'm getting double meat. Oh no. Hold on. Oh god, I'm getting triple meat. Ah! Goodness gracious. Hello, Artsy. Welcome on in, Artsy and Raiders. Okay, so what Artsy didn't know was that I actually had Artsy Stream open on 2 devices, both my computer and on my phone, because that way if I wanted to respond, I could easily respond on my phone. But then when it raided over, like, my phone started playing, so, like, the stream was actually paused on my phone. It was like, so the stream was playing audio from my computer, but I had the stream paused on my phone, and I was using my phone to type messages. But then when it raided, it unpaused the stream, so then I had my own stream playing from both my computer and my phone, and, like, that was a whole lot of my own voice being thrown back at me. It was terrible. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. Was hoping it would raid fast enough that you wouldn't catch it. No, first I heard cackling, and then I was like, I wonder what Artsy's done, and I was drawing a line. I was like, we'll see what Artsy's done that warrants cackling. And apparently what Artsy has done that warrants cackling is bamboozling me. I've been bamboozled. Also, for those that are in ads jail that can't actually hear me because you're in ads jail, I'm sorry you're in ads jail. A lot of times when I'm playing games, I will pause during ads, but I don't really feel like it's worth pausing during Paint on account of, like, I'm just slowly adding to this. If you don't like ads jail, consider either getting Twitch Turbo if you watch lots of different streams. I every now and then consider maybe if I should do Twitch Turbo, but I prefer supporting the individual streams. And on that note, you could support this stream. Money more or less ends up going to the cats. I say more or less because like I don't specifically account the money, but a lot of money related to this stream goes to the cats. So there's a good chance that it will, on account of we have to get them more things all the time, constantly. Yeah, if you're not following Artsy or Etty, either of the two people that came in, both, highly recommend following. Artsy, of course, is in the middle of replaying Silk Song. They are... I don't know what day today was. I want to say 5, but that doesn't seem right. It's been a good replay. I missed the first couple of days, but I've managed to catch the last couple of days, and it's been good. It's been a good time. X-Ray, I would probably not be the best person to ask on account of I do play Archipelago games, but I don't create them. If you're not on the main Archipelago Discord, you definitely want to be there. And then there are developer channels, like if you're looking to make one, you could probably ask in one of the developer related channels for like guidance. I know there was recently a game made specifically to like show what you need to do, but not for PS1 specifically. Oh no. There was no discomfort. Yeah, I'm like, as much as I wish that I had good answers, I unfortunately don't. I one day want to make an AP game. You know what? That's true. It could be like a mistranslation, like sorry for the bother. Could be sorry for the...
Yeah, to bother, to be bothered, to be...
Either way, not to get hung up on this. Like, yeah, no. I just, I'm one without the answers. Yeah, Minish also started by creating manuals for games. Although, like, if the problem is molesting, yeah, let me bother. I mean, I know that molestar is to bother from my very, very, very minimal Spanish education. It's a good night, Artsy. I hope that you have a good sleep.
Nothing but adjusting logic. That sounds accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that Minish made a manual for EG, and then later ended up making the actual EG mod for Archie for it. It seems like making a manual is a really good way to like get the initial logic done, which obviously you're gonna have to change later because there's things you can do in a manual you can't do otherwise. It depends on the game, actually. I should say. Don't know much English. Using Google Translator. Word I don't know. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I think okay, this part we should probably like do this part really quick. Actually, what I think I'll do, get this. I was playing the Grinch in this archipelago. Yeah, I was playing the Grinch in this archipelago, but I did not like work on it at all. But yeah, Spore is the creator of the Grinch randomizer. Yeah, and there is a channel for it in the Archipelago Discord. I don't think I have a link to the main Archipelago Discord. I never thought to like make one, but I think the closest thing. All right, see.
Oh my god!
Now, battery over here. MIT battery constantly talking about how I prank her in her dreams, and then she gonna come and get me in the long con. She gonna come make an Archie command that I'm going to forget about, and then later I'm gonna get hit with it. Oh, I've been played as an absolute fool.
Yeah, you are an absolute fool.
Oh, man. Can't believe. I mean, I 100% believe, but can't believe. I just got hit with the Archie command. It's so good. Right here. Let's see. So we want to maybe do this. Alright, that looks good. Deadly, thank you for that clip. You should, if you have a chance, you should at Battery with it, either on her Discord or in mine. Either one. I'm sure that she would appreciate it. Oh yeah, if you like the image, the overall image that I'm doing, it is a piece of art that my partner created, Torny. She has very kindly created many pieces so far. So 3 for me specifically so far, with the sole intent of just to be used like for MSPaint rando. I think one of the things that I always like to do, I was gonna say struggle with, but I guess I don't really struggle. I like to find ways to line stuff up. You can kind of just like dot stuff down a bunch. But if you make a bunch of little dots, you know, then you have a whole bunch of little dots you gotta deal with later. So I like to see if I can find ways to kind of like line up what I'm doing with something else. I think right here. Wow, that was like exactly the wrong spot. Perfect. Wonderful. Go us. Oh wow, this area is very not done yet. Probably get the most points right now if I start working on the lettering. I've just been putting off the lettering because I feel like it's gonna be so difficult. But I think it might be time. I think we're gonna need to start doing this lettering. I don't have an Archie command, and then batteries Archie happens. Yeah, I couldn't. So I had like a vague memory of trying to make an Archie command, and I think what I made was a game list command. But I think during the conversation that it happened, Battery made that command. Oh. We could actually, I'll zoom in. Oh, if I zoom in, I don't get to see the pixels so nicely. Oh. I was gonna zoom in a little bit, to better show the percentage, but I forgot that if I zoom in, it doesn't, the, like, on-screen pixels get all wonky. Yep. That is leaving the perimeter a little bit, but oh no, we did it again. go. We're 81%. We've probably sent out a few checks. Let me see. What? I guess we won't send out another one until we get to 81.5. Dang. Although we're probably going to be at 81.5 pretty soon. Right, 81.47. 81.48. 81.49. Okay, we're like very close. We're very close to 87. 81.5. Let's see here. Wait, why did that not send out a check? I feel like I'm high enough that I should have started sending out checks every 0.5%. Wait. Oh my god, I'm a fool. I think maybe it's because I had it set to my I think I had Hydra set to only showing important things. Although I just unclicked that and I'm still not seeing anything from it, but maybe if I missed it I can't I can't see it again. Oh yeah, I just double checked because I have Universal Tracker open, and I just went and double checked that, and yeah, I sent out bonus juggle tag. Okay. Turns out, I have my text client set so that I don't see stuff. I won't see it. Today we learned. No, 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 no. Stop. Stop. He demands chaos. Oh my god, beavers, for the love of God, don't Deathlink! Do we need to leave? Is Beavers gonna die? What's Beavers doing? Beavers has plenty of health. Why is Beavers worried about Deathlink? Also, I thought Beavers was doing Epilogo. by 1,000 ice traps. I mean, he's fighting a boss right now. But he has plenty of health. I don't see why beavers would die. Beavers is literally not doing anything that should kill them. Like, I don't understand what is beavers. What are you doing? Why are you scaring me? Alright, getting this little curve bit done. Alright. There's no way Beaver's is gonna die, right? Like, I kind of need to get up for a second. But I'm so paranoid that if I'm not watching Beavers, then somehow Beaver's gonna get into a sketchy situation and die. Thank you for reminding me not to die. Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. We have some cherry lemonade water today. Look at this. Behold. Behold the power of... Nope, that's a terrible one. Cherry lemonade water. It's so hydrating. Also, hello, Tesla. Paint is you. Is that like Baba is you? What? I said lemonade. I'm so sorry. You right. That's gonna be an apology video. That's it. Hello. You might know me from smash hits such as Dwarf Plays Noita, episode 308, or Dwarf Plays Noita, episode 206. Stop. Stop. Why are you doing this again? No. I'm gonna assume Beaver's safe. I'll put you on cat cam while the cat's being a cam. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. No, I did not add Burt Loaf to Twitch extensions. Getting a Toad impression, that's true. You can request things said in Toad voice. My patented Toad voice, which is secretly a oh, that's not what I meant to do. I almost just killed beavers. Secretly it's a double hydrate redeem because it requires drinking liquid before I do it. Yeah, Grinched. Yeah, you can get a Grinch for free. Oh man. Happy birthday, Mr. President. And you're Grinched. God, I love how they just kind of did so many like random one-off things. Just and I feel like most of them there's just a turnaround with a ya Grinch. Like just it'll just be one thing. Oh, by the way, you Grinched. Oh. I love the Grinch. The Grinch is just such a silly good game. Thank you, X-Ray. Yeah. He looks pretty cute usually. When he's not being really annoying. He is very good at being very annoying. Well, I'm excited for what you're doing. I assume... I mean, maybe it's not related, but I know you were getting ready for the Christmas patch. I don't know if that is what you were doing. I am excited for what you do end up adding to that patch. Like, I'm trying to decide if I want to like run an Archie next month. Just because I kind of want to do like another Grinch. Like there's a few games. It's not just Grinch, but I do want to do Grinch again. I want to do another Ocarina of Time run because I don't feel like the run that I did really got to
really get to do anything.
Yeah, I didn't get to properly experience it because it was just a very weird progression for me. And then I've been wanting to do a Bomb Rush Cyberpunk Archie, which I have not done yet. So yeah, I don't know. So I'm thinking maybe I'll host one in January, but maybe like the second half of January or something. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. I mean, I'll probably... So historically, I've hosted them on a friend's server, but if I do a small one in January, it'll probably be one that I just host on my Discord, because probably be pretty chill. But also mostly because like I think I'd want to put like a 2-week time limit on it or something, like something where the scope on it's a little bit reeled in from the ones that I host on the other server. It's not a specific friend session. It's the Discord link that's put. I don't remember if you joined the Discord or not. I have a Discord link posted, which if I end up posting one in January, it would probably be there. But if you do want to join, if I end up hosting one, I'll message you. That way you know. I still don't actually know if I'll run one in January or not. It's a more of I want to thing, and as long as nothing comes up, I probably will.
It might end up being a busy month.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and so I used to host them like monthly, and then I got kind of burned out on hosting them monthly, and then I was like hosting them every other month, and then I got really busy with stuff, and like Silksong came out. So basically I stopped hosting them, and then I've only been doing the one that I'm doing right now, Async or Swim. I've been joining that one, which happens about once every 3 months. I know that the people that run this one were talking about potentially running another one, like running the. So they didn't do a fall one. They normally do one every season. And so this has been winter, but they were considering maybe saying that this was the fall one and then running like another one in January or February. He sleeps for, yeah. Alright, X-Ray, I hope that you have a most wonderful sleep. Thank you for hanging out.
We're probably also gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, we're gonna be going to sleep soon. I really wanted to try and finish this before I go to bed. I believe my goal is 85%, but I'm only at 82%. It's going a lot slower than I was hoping. So I might not goal before I go to bed. Which, I mean, it's fine. It's just, I'm gonna be gone for a few days, and we are quickly, not slowly, the opposite of slowly, we are quickly approaching, like, the end of the month, so I gotta, you know, step up my pace here. But yeah, I hope that you have a very pleasant sleep, with beautiful dreams. Maybe you can dream in, like, PS1 kind of graphics, because that's a pretty good dream, honestly. Buenos noches, cabros del... Twitch? That's how you'd say it? I think I probably said the last word incorrectly. That's how you say it in Chile. Excellent. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Said it correctly. Excellent. Woohoo! Yes, have a good night. Want to implement more traps for the Grinch? Yeah. Gotta be more of an advanced search. And you got in touch with a new guy that's gonna help. Nice. Snow, electrocution, maybe bee trap. Oh, bee trap would be very good. Like spawn bees. Electrocution could be very good. I'm trying to think, like, the Grinch doesn't have anywhere where the push, like, the part where electrocution, like, moves you a little bit probably wouldn't ever matter. I'm very excited for Deathlink. I'm playing this with Deathlink. If somebody dies, I lose all of my progress, because the way Deathlink works in Paint is you just lose everything if you play with Deathlink on. It's very, very punishing. But we're playing with it. And that's why I was watching Beavers to make sure Beavers didn't secretly die. Well, mostly I was watching because if Beaver started doing something that I was worried that he would die in, then I was going to save and quit. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that all areas have a death cutscene, right? Oh, I guess, okay. So, like, Mount Crumpet probably doesn't have a death cutscene. Now that I think about it, I don't know if there's a way to die at Mount Crumpet. I definitely feel like you could just die anywhere, though. Like, it doesn't seem like, for the most part, areas have, like, any safe spot, because you can take damage from, like, outside of Mount Crumpet. It seems like everywhere. Like, some games have to worry about how Deathlink is handled, because there's areas that you could never die in, and so, like, there's weird bugs. Like, Hollow Knight had this issue. Like, there's a bunch of places you normally could not die in. It just could not happen. And it turned out that dying in those spots actually, like, horribly broke the game. But yeah, I don't think you can just ever die. Ah! Beavers!
Speaking of Beav.
Welcome on, Beavers. Thank you for not dying to Ganon. We were definitely worried. I was only worried because you kept implying you were gonna die for some reason.
Oh, dang it, I got snapped.
Beav's not. Yeah. Deathlink jump scare. But yeah, welcome on in. For those that don't know me, I'm Dwarfoot, aka Dwarf, aka Ryan. You can refer to me however you wish. We're doing some chill paint because beavers would never die. I'm trying to goal before I go to bed, but we have hit 11 o'clock and I might wrap up soon. And unfortunately, I'm only at 82% out of the, I think my goal is 85%. Yeah, Beavers, you were zooming. I saw you, like, go to the water temple, and then I looked away, and when I looked back, you were not, like, you started at the fire temple. When I first opened up, when I went to go see what you were up to, you were in the middle of killing Fire Temple Dragon. And then I looked away and I looked back and you were in the Water Temple. And then I looked away and looked back and I think you were somewhere else. Like, it was very, very, very quick. Yeah, Hydra's great. Like, I genuinely think that everybody that plays Archipelago should give Hydra a shot. I'm not saying that I think Hydra is, like, some perfect thing that, like, people should live by. I think it's so convenient, though, and it's so appealing. Like, there's... Bless you. I just think that everybody should, like, at least run it and see what it's like and make an informed opinion. about. You know, if you don't like it, that's fine. But like, it's very nice. It's the same with Universal Tracker though. Like, I honestly feel like everyone should try out Universal Tracker. Just because it's very convenient to be able to see a list of your checks. Like, it would be very nice if Universal Tracker was just built in. Everyone should give Grinch PS1 a shot. Okay, Spore, as much as I love it, I don't think Grinch for PS1 is a game for everyone. I'm gonna be real here. There's a lot of games that I think everyone should try at least once, even if it's not for you. But there's a lot of people I could see not enjoying the Grinch for PS1, even though I love it. I do think if you're the kind of person that loves a collectathon-y platformer that's very silly and very I don't even know the word campy. Is campy? I don't know if campy's the word that I want here. I do think that there is very much a demographic of people that should give the Grinch for PS1 a shot. Especially the Rando, which has fantastic features. Recently got move randomizer added, which is very good. It has some nice quality of life warping in it, which is very good. Now, I do think that's fair. I think it's fair to say that, you know, if there's a chance you would play the Grinch ever, like playing it during winter is good. I would even like say you don't need to play it in December necessarily, but I think playing it while it's the winter season is probably good. And if you live somewhere where winter season is you know, not like this season, if you're in the southern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere can play it. Basically what I'm trying to say is, you know, there's at least 6 months out of the year where the Grinch should be played by more people. Oh my god, Spore, you should run. You know how like people do was it Christmas in July? Is that what it is? I think people call it Christmas in July. I don't remember the month. I could be mixing months up. I think it's Christmas in July though. I think it's usually July. You should run like a Christmas in July event where you get a bunch of people to play like the Grinch, and I don't know if there's any other appropriate things, but really this is secretly just an excuse to convince more people to play the Grinch. That's too far over. Oh my goodness. I did try to host a Christmas sync. I didn't get very many people, so I canceled it. Could have been because of the Grinch PS1 only. Oh, that's very funny. Ah, hey man. Merry Grubmas. Merry Grubmas to you too. I hope you grubbin' well. You're excited for Redacted. I am also excited for Redacted. Having tummy troubles? No! Not tummy troubles. Do you have any tummy trouble medicine? I very luckily rarely have, like, digestive related issues, like tummy troubles. That being said, I swear by bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Like, I don't know. I just feel like if I have tummy trouble, cup of Pepto-Bismol, it's comforting. Like, at the very least, it might not instantly solve tummy trouble, but my brain is like, okay, we've had our Pepto-Bismol. Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it through this. We're gonna make it. If I have tummy troubles, I pop 5 cans of Dr. Pepper. That seems like a lot of Dr. Pepper. But maybe that's the solution. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do one. I would even say, like, so there's a mod for Hollow Knight called Christmas Town or something like that. Like I think if you could play a game and justify that it's like winter themed, it would be able to fit. And I think that would be very fun. I think Spore, maybe I'll steal your idea. Maybe that will be my maybe I'll maybe if I run an async in January, maybe I'll call it like the winter sync. We'll just steal Spore's idea. We'll say the winter stakes, the winter sync, definitely not by Spore. Definitely original idea, not stolen. What? If you give me permission, then how am I supposed to make a funny little thing about how it was a stolen idea? Yeah, we could do that anyway. Yeah, we'll just create a whole bit about it. The wrong color. Oh. Gotta get rid of the Tabasco in the fridge. It's gone bad. Oof. Yeah, So, like, I know that hot sauces technically aren't bad when they start discoloring. However, uh, insert etymonyms, however, comma, here. However, once anything starts discoloring, I'm like, we're done with this. Like, yeah, I mean, I get hot sauce exclusively. I don't like most hot sauces. Like, I don't like Tabasco. I don't like Frank's Red Hot. Most hot sauces I don't particularly like, mostly because they're like pretty intrinsically very vinegary, and I just don't like the taste of like vinegar directly. So I really like, if I want spicy food, I really like pepper, like dried spices to add to stuff. But I do use hot sauce when I'm making buffalo chicken dip, which I make for like potlucks and stuff. And inevitably, I use half a bottle of hot sauce to make the chicken dip. So then there's half a bottle that sits in my fridge, and it sits there up until it starts to discolor, and I notice that it's not the original color. Once I start noticing that it's in the fridge with a different color, gone. Like, well, I didn't use the rest of you. I never used the rest of you. But you're gone. Get out of here. Oh yeah, no. So hot sauces specifically have a very, very, very long shelf life. Like, that's why I mentioned the discoloring, because even after discolored, they're not bad. The high amount of capsaicin on top of the vinegar basically means that they don't really go bad. Like bacteria just dies. It doesn't know what to do with it. But yeah, I just don't like things potentially going bad. I need gift chat scritches redeemed. Those look incredible, and I know to what am I in that scenario too. Yeah, we probably need like a gift chat scritches. It's not discolored. Oh, see, that's weird. It's weird to me. It's weird to me that it would go bad and not be discolored, because that's usually the first thing that happens. Starting to lose its color is like what it starts doing when it starts to like kind of break down slightly, and that usually happens before hot sauce goes bad. Like, I wonder if you just got like a bad batch or something. Chat does deserve scritches, I agree. Well, we'll have to come up with a way for chat to get scritches. We're at 83%. Yeah, Eagle Eyes. The like, they basically have to be vinegar based. Like, there's not. I mean, I think my understanding of preservation is it's the same way you can pickle things. Like, essentially, it's kind of like pickled pepper juice. Like, so they work that same idea. Like, you're using the vinegar as a preservative, but yeah, just in addition to the vinegar as a preservative, the capsaicin helps protect them. Yeah, there's a few hot sauces that I've had over the years that I have enjoyed. There was one that I liked a lot. It was called Gekzilla, and I feel like it was very reminiscent of like a curry paste. It was like just enough vinegar to make it like more liquidy than a paste. But it was basically like a chili paste. So, I mean, it added like a lot of spice to something without altering the flavor. Like, it didn't really add vinegar, and it didn't add like a different flavor. And that's the thing. Like, some people like hot sauces because they like whatever flavor that hot sauce is bringing. But I like hot sauce usually because I want the same flavor I'm getting from the prepared dish, but I want it spicier. Like, I'm not necessarily looking for like changing the flavor. I'm looking for adding like a heat component to it. You have some funny news. What's your funny news? What is the funny news? I'm here for the funny news. In SoCal, most places have Tabasco and Cholula. Yeah, I think that's pretty common. Like in most states, like, you're pretty much gonna find Cholula and Tabasco everywhere. Gekzilla is not something you're ever gonna find anywhere. I don't even know if you can find it anywhere. I found it like in a hot sauce shop, basically. Like, I was at a hot sauce shop with a family member because it was like a tourist area, and it was there, and we got it because it looked like it had like a big like kind of Godzilla like kind of motif going on. We're like, oh, this is fun. And then it just ended up being like a very tasty hot sauce. Well, very tasty to me as a person that, you know, doesn't want it to alter the flavor. Me and someone added and filled out Slime Rancher on the TrapLink docs. Ooh, nice. You can post a link to the doc, sure. Is the TrapLink doc just a link of every game that has TrapLink? Or is there something else to it? I'm familiar with TrapLink existing. I don't know all that much. I definitely do, like, I'm very excited for more games to have TrapLink. I think TrapLink is a good concept. I also think I like it when games allow you to set DeathLink to be TrapLink. Like, or not to be TrapLink. I guess that would be incorrect, but I like when there's an option for DeathLink to be a trap. I think that's a fun thing. Mostly because there's a few games where, like, I think the traps can be almost as punishing as the deaths, and the deaths sometimes are just too much. Like, so this is actually a good example of what I'm playing right now. The traps in Paint are like things like flipping your image and inverting the colors and stuff like that. the death is just deleting it. I would really like to set the death to be a trap, like a random trap, because I enjoy that we have Deathlink going on, but I do wish that the death was not as extreme as it is. It is one of the things that like almost has made me not want to do more complex images, like I don't mind some complexity in the images, but when you need to redo it, especially when you're really close to the end, it can be a little frustrating if you have a complex image. Yeah, Steph. I also didn't used to use Deathlink with Noita until I learned that you could do that, and that's what I do now. Now when I play Noita, I do use Deathlink, and I have it set to traps. You did make it so that Slime Rancher gives a trap instead of dying. Nice. Feel indifferent about traps that are instant deaths. I think in some games traps that are deaths are fine, and in other games they're like a bit much. But also kind of just like I think depends. I do think it's funny, like in Ocarina of Time, you know, there's Ice Trap, and Ice Trap is not inherently a death, but if you get said, you know, 5 ice traps and you haven't found hearts yet or anything, then ice traps are functionally a death, and they're a death that you have to kind of just think about. You got to think like it's a slow death. It's not a quick death. We've been playing. Spore, are you familiar with DeathlinkAP? Because I've been playing with DeathlinkAP, which notably adds a death trap item. I love that. Like, I absolutely adore DeathlinkAP. Honestly, I started using it because we were talking about. I was doing one async, and I was talking about how I wish that we could find deaths. Like it would amuse me so much to find a death. And then someone said, "Did you know that DeathlinkAP has apparently exists now?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean DeathlinkAP exists?" And sure enough. Yes, Creeper is in fact the dev of DeathlinkAP as well. Ugh. DeathlinkAP is so good. $83. This little segment right here is getting us a pretty decent amount of percentage. We've gotten red color depth, so I just realized I could just like technically fix. I think it was red. I'm just fixing a color that I did earlier and getting a bunch of percentage from it. I said, Creeper, I forgot. You know, I did know at one point that you had made a Placid Plastic Duck Sim AP. I had forgotten that you'd done that. Creeper, you know, you could add like a full Twitch integration to Placid Plastic Duck and make a bunch of people in a random Steam forums post for that game. So excited. I say this, but I already know you don't want to work with API related things. You mentioned this API tokens, which I'm pretty sure for Steam or Twitch integrated things you'd probably need to. Yeah, that's fair. Oh my gosh, we're so close. I'm 99% sure that I put my goal at 85%. We're at 84.069. We can do this. We can do this, and then I will have goaled my last game before I go on a little trip. I guess I haven't really mentioned this. I'll probably post it on Discord too, but I am gonna be gone for the next few days. I'll be visiting some family, so there will not be any streams. There is a very slim chance that there ends up being an evening Christmas stream, because I will be back. I'll be back Christmas evening, but I don't know what time yet. So depending on what time I get back, I might do a Christmas stream. Which, if I do, it'll almost definitely be like playing a game with Torny. Played Up, it would not be Played Up. Torny could stream Played Up. Played Up is just not a me game. I tried. Played Up, I think, is very cute. And you know what? I didn't, like, dislike, what was it, Coffee Runs? But that kind of, like, chaotic as things get, like, busier. I don't know. I don't think it's a me thing. As in, I mean, it's not a thing for me. It is a me thing that I don't like it, and that's okay. Ah! We went outside the lines. Slime Rancher version 0.2. Okay. Creeper, what's your opinion here? So I've never played Slime Rancher. I have thought about it before. I feel like the game looks kind of cute, but it never looked like a game that I like ended up feeling like was worth actually getting to play. Like, I never purchased it to play it, is what I mean by that. Because I was like, it never quite, like, crossed the line of being something like, yeah, I definitely want to play this. Do you think it's a game that I could just, reasonably just jump right into the Archie for? You think it's, there's anything that would be absurdly bad about just doing a randomizer run? See, that's the thing. I think I've heard you say that, and I've seen a lot of comments on it that where there's a lot of people that don't necessarily like it doesn't click with them. But I'm like, if I'm doing checks, so like, there's a lot of games that I wouldn't necessarily want to like replay. For example, like Power Wash Sim 1 doesn't have like a ton of replay, but I did enjoy doing the Archie for it because like, doing the things in order to get checks, like to get items for other people, is like that adds a new dynamic that makes my brain happy. It triggers the happy juice. So like having I feel like adding the archipelago aspect would take a game that I think otherwise doesn't look like necessarily like a great game to me, and I think it would put it in a territory where suddenly it's interesting to play. You don't need a BK game because Slime Rancher is the BK game. There's money grinding. See, that's I'm iffy on that. Pretty much every game that has money grinding, I use any options I can to prevent the money grinding. Like in Hollow Knight, you can like set your in Hollow Knight and Noita, you can set like shops to be a percentage of the normal cost. So I always have shops as cheap as possible. And like similarly, I have, you know, if there's an option to have more money, then I go with the option to have more money. Like I feel like grinding for money is not an interesting thing in Archipelago. Kind of like how when I play The Witness, I give myself 1,000 speed boosts because I'm not interested in slowly walking places. I'm interested in very quickly being at the next place. Which I guess if there's an option to give myself money, if there's a money-related item, then I could probably just give myself a whole bunch of the money item. What I'm hearing is Hollow Knight bad. Also, I didn't actually properly say hi Bjorto because I was in the middle of saying other thing, and then I forgot. Hi Bjorto. I hope you are doing well. Money grinding is not great IRL either. It's true. It's very true. Seaburn, I don't actually grind money in Hollow Knight though. So, like, in my vanilla playthrough of Hollow Knight, I didn't really need to grind money, because, I mean, if you're not losing your money to dying, then you kind of just have as much money as you need pretty much all the time. In Silk Song, I didn't grind that much money, asterisk, and that's, I say this because technically I maybe would have needed to grind more money, except that, like, I did do dedicated money grinding streams a couple of times, but they were just because, like, I wanted to play before work for a little bit, and I didn't want to do, like, I did not need to do those. I just did them because I wanted to play the game without making progress, because Torny wasn't there, so... Hollow Knight has generation issues regarding each transition or something. Oh, so this is the thing that has to do with how Archipelago. Yeah, it's basically an issue because of how Archipelago's randomizer works versus how Hollow Knight's original randomizer works. In Hollow Knight's randomizer, like the way the randomizer works, each transition is considered kind of like an item, like it factors them in, to make sure, like, you know, you can reach this transition. Like, it's like, okay, can you reach this transition? Can you reach from this transition you could get to these other ones, and then can you reach another one, etc., etc. But because of how Archipelago's because of how Archipelagos works, it gets confused. It, like, sees all of them as items. Again, technically, it treats that, like, Hollow Knight's like the original non-Archipelago version, like, kind of also sees them as items, but it doesn't affect it negatively because it's just using it to, like, map out where you can go at any given time. But yeah, the way that translates into Archipelagos is it's like, oh, well, we need to make sure you have so many items. So, like, I don't remember the exact explanation off the top of my head, but it's like, it constantly thinks that you, like, are... It gets very confused about the spheres, and it causes it to give you a lot of your movement items really early on, because it thinks that you need to be able to reach more of the actual transitions than you actually need to. Like, it wants to try and give you way more access to stuff. It gets very confused about it. I know it's something that in, like, the rewrite they're trying to figure out a way to address, but they're not really sure how to. But yeah, so, like, the way logic works in the original Hollow Knight randomizer is there's, like, there's transitions, and then there's waypoints, and all of the logic is based on those. So it's just like, if you walk through a transition, then internally it says that you've, like, collected the, like, I've gone through this transition marker, right? And now that it knows that you've gone through this transition, it can, like, evaluate more logic based on that. So, like, it plans that out. It's like, okay, it knows that if you get this movement item early on, then that's going to allow you to access these transition markers. And because you've accessed those transition markers, we can now evaluate the next logic that would come after that. Like, it doesn't generate as you play. Like, that's what it does on its own end to generate before you play. But it does actively know there is, like, a the log updates. Like, it does evaluate logic as you play. So, like, it doesn't just open-endedly say, okay, this check... I guess what it is, it's because of location evaluation. Like, each location doesn't just say, in order to get to this location, you would need these items. Each location says, you would need to have access to this transition, and then from this transition, you would need these items. So, like, everything is based on that. And all of this ultimately matters because of things like room randomizer and stuff like that. Like, you can't guarantee that somebody would be coming from somewhere from the same, like, way. Like it also makes writing the connection, like, mods for Hollow Knight a lot easier in terms of, like, you just need to worry about what they affect. But I'm probably explaining some of this very poorly. Potato! How you doing, Potato? Potato, we're almost done with our paint rando. We've almost got our 85%. Whoa. What I'm gathering from this is that AP looks at the event items during progression balancing. Perhaps we should be ignoring them. Yeah, there's... I think the reason I am struggling to explain it is because I don't know AP's side as well. Like... From what I understand from, like, the conversation stuff, a lot of it has to do with... a lot of it just has to do with, like, Hollow Knight's logic is, like, very complex. Like, it's very complex and just constantly like, as it generates randomization, like, the like, seeds, it cares a lot about what things you could constantly have access to, and, like, whether or not you could get soul, whether or not, whether or not it would be possible to get back to that spot again from, like, based on whatever path you had to use to get there. Like, it just does all these things that are based on building upon, like a lot of little segments that build up. And so, yeah, it uses all these, like, little logic tokens, basically, like waypoint. And that when that essentially got translated to AP's system sees this as, like, I want to say it's specifically that it sees it as like the player just can't do enough. Like it thinks the player needs items to be able to get stuff. Even when the player like doesn't. It's like it's counting all of these like transitions and waypoints as things that the player needs to collect. And so it's like, oh gosh, you can't collect most of these, so surely you need more stuff. And it's like, okay, but I can get 50 things in one room. I don't need to get to all the rooms, like not right now. So it results in like the items being almost entirely put into very like early spheres. And I know it's also resulted in like to the recommendation for people is to just play Hollow Knight with 0 progression balancing, because if you have like the default settings for progression balancing, then you will get all of your items like guaranteed in early spheres. But at least with 0 progression balancing, it's a little less likely to happen. It's still likely to happen, but a little bit less. Yeah, I think that Hollow Knight technically also does a reverse fill, believe. It's just that Hollow Knight evaluates in a very, like, it's not so like it has to do with when Hollow Knight's calculating it. It just does it. And when I'm saying Hollow Knight here, I'm talking about the original, like. The original randomizer was just, it's done in a way where it's calculating things, expecting, like, a lot of potential, like, a lot of possible changes. Oh yeah, we did get through all the Noida music. We've hit Isaac music. Alright, we'll turn on the shuffle now. So, like, part of the issue just has to do with how it was translated. Like, because Hollow Knight's randomizing system was different from Archipelago's, it got, like, translated to it. So, I don't know. I know they want the, there's efforts to hopefully attempt to address it at some point, but Hollow Knight's Archipelago randomizer just needs a lot of work done, because the original way it was made was not necessarily super like future-proofed. It was just kind of to get something working, because Hollow Knight hadn't been in AP for so long, and a lot of people really wanted it to be there. Okay. This makes sense. Tokens are basically the fake items that are planned out of those specific locations, which ultimately means you have a higher number of spheres with fewer items. Progression balancing tries to make sure that your spheres are at least a certain size relative to other worlds. It means that AP will move Hollow Knight's items to the lower spheres to try and fix its spheres overall. Yeah. Oh my god, wait, we hit 85. I didn't notice. We did it. Look. We hit 85.2.
You have finished everything.
All right. We completed our thing. Let's remove side-by-side mode. We did it without all of our canvas. We are still missing part of our canvas. Yeah, look at that. Here, let's make this a little wider. You can see both at the same time. There we go. That's nice. All right. Let's generate our What if I did paint with like 2 different colors? I mean, you could have your image be 2 colors. Like, so we were actually talking about this earlier, Spore. That a big thing with paint is that paint does not have real difficulty. Like, there isn't like a the only things that are like a real barrier by paint itself is your canvas, like your physical canvas is like stripped away, so people have to find you canvas, and then your color depth, your color bit depth is like removed. Like you have to be given increasing color bit depth. But other than that, everything else is just your own. Like it's just whatever you want. So if you wanted to do a solid white square, you can. You would not instantly goal, depending on what your goal settings are. I mean, you can set your goal setting to be whatever percentage you want. So I don't remember what if you have a white canvas with the base, with the starting canvas, I don't remember what your percentage would be. But yeah. I did a couple of them and tried to kind of assess which things I like what qualities I like in a target image. And then Torny has very kindly created art for me to use for these based on kind of what we've learned about it. But I mean, heck, you could do a screenshot. You could do a screenshot from Obra Dinn. Just find a nice picture from Obra Dinn and do that. It would be terrible. It would not be a fun time, I don't think, on account of, you know, you'd have just white and black, and yeah, I just don't think that would be fun. But you could do it.
Grays. Oh, Deadly going monochromatic where it's different hues or values of reds, greens. Down. Deadly, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what did you say that? Because, different hues and values.
More specifically, if you have progression balancing of 40 and another player's sphere 1 has 60% of the location's logic, the multi-world will check if you have access to at least 24 of your checks in logic, 40%, 60. If it doesn't, it will try to move your progression to earlier spheres to compensate. Ah. All right. Well, it is that time. I have got to get ready for bed. Yeah, it's been a fun time hanging out. So yeah, there will be no stream for the next 2 days, definitely. the 3rd day from now, there is a chance of stream, but I would not expect them. You don't happen to have checks beyond your goal, right? No, I shouldn't. I'm pretty sure I set my my last check, or my last check was supposed to be the check right before my goal. We can release really quick just to make sure. Yeah, there was nothing else. I set my last, because you can set basically where your checks end, and I set my checks to end for the one right before. Anyway, yes, if I'm not back the next 2 days or 3 days, we'll be back sometime else. It's rating over. Have a good night. Take care.